Canon VIXIA Part 1 Autofocus Lens Test, utilizing a life-size Kitty's hognose bat that appears upon the $1 bill with a skull and bones representative of the Yale Skull and Bones Society 1832 and 322 that was placed on the door of the Yale Skull and Bones Society. Now you will say this is just a drawing. So we will move over to a real $1 bill. And I will show you the real Kitty's hognose bat, which is 2.5 inches wide. Life size of a real Kitty's hognose bat, which is 2.5 inches wide in real life. And this Kitty's hognose bat has a skull and bones representative of the Yale Skull and Bones Society. The Yale Skull and Bones Society has its representative on the $1 bill because the Bank of England is one of the members of the secret societies that control this world. That's why the number 1832 appears inside the nose of the Kitty's hognose bat in pictographic form as 6 lines that make up the bottom row of teeth, 6 lines that comprise the top row of teeth, and 6 lines that make up the eyes. 6, 6, 6. Those 3 sixes add up to 18. The number 322 is even more readily seeable. 3 contiguous or continuous lines that make up the 3 dark lines around the nose of the skull and bones are the number 3 because they are continuous. The 2 sets of white lines on either side of the eyes are the number 22. Therefore, we have the number 322. When you put those 2 sets of numbers together, you have the Yale Skull and Bones Society 1832 represented on the $1 bill, because the Bank of England is a controlling factor of the United States monetary system. End of Part 1. Part 2. Secrets on the dollar bill, Canon VIXIA autofocus test. What you see on your screen is an exact replica of a great horned owl that is placed upon the dollar bill opposite the Kitty's hognose bat, which I am going to show you now. In Part 1, we discussed that the Kitty's hognose bat is representative of the Yale Skull and Bones Society. In Part 2, I am going to tell you that the owl on the dollar bill, and this, my friends, is the real owl, is representative of the Bohemian Grove Society and the American War Machine. Now I'm going to show you a picture that I made showing how this owl represents the American War Machine. Notice the inverted eagle. That is actually an Indian chief. The American Commander-in-Chief is known as the Commander-in-Chief and the Commander of War. An Indian would have an Indian chief as his commander. Therefore, notice the vertical feathers above the shield, or in this case below the shield, representing the head of an Indian chief. He has arrows in his sinister claw And in his dexter claw is a bough of olive branch that can be spelled B-O-U-G-H or B-O-W. They are interchangeable, making a bow and arrows in the Indian war chief's sinister and dexter claws. This is secret number 2 on the dollar bill. These pictographs were placed there by an ancient race of civilized beings that have controlled this world for billions of years. There are literally dozens of pictographs on the dollar bill representing dozens of secret societies that have existed throughout time. This is Michael Fazio, and I am the discoverer of all of these pictographs. Ladies and gentlemen, today is June 2nd, 2013, and thank you for watching my Canon VIXIA autofocus videos, along with my dissertations on the Skull and Bones Society, that which represents the Bank of England and controls the United States monetary system. Secrets of the dollar bill. Secret number 1, a kitty's hognose bat, life-size, on the dollar bill. And inside the nose of the kitty's hognose bat is a skull and bones with teeth, representing the Yale Skull and Bones Society, because there are 6 teeth on the bottom, 6 teeth on the top, and 6 lines that comprise the eyes. Therefore, those 3 6s add up to 18. The number 32 are the 3 contiguous dark lines around the outside of each eye. The number 22 represents the 2 white lines around the outside of each eye. When you add up the 3 6s, you have the number 18. When you add up the 322 to the number 18, you have the year 1832, the year the Skull and Bones Society was formed. More importantly, you have the number 322, Skull and Bones, aka Skull and Bones 322 from Yale University. Secret number 1, done. Secret number 2, the owl. That is the representative of the Bohemian Grove Society, placed upon the dollar bill, and representative of the American war machine. Secret number 2, because the Bohemian Grove Society represents the war machine and controls America's war machine. So you have the control of the war machine, and you have the control of the monetary system. Secret number 2, done. Secret number 3, the commander-in-chief. The original way to kill people is, if you'll notice, it looks like a headdress of an Indian, and it is, because it is a chief. The chief has 13 arrows in its sinister claw, and 13 leaves on an olive branch, or bow of olive branch, 13. But a bow can be spelled B-O-U-G-H or B-O-W. They are interchangeable. Therefore, you have an Indian chief with a bow and arrows, representative of war, but because the American shield is over the Indian chief's chest, it represents the commander-in-chief and the god of war. And, ladies and gentlemen, no one can dispute that those things appear on the dollar bill because they are there. Secret number 3, done. Secret number 4, whoever created the $1 bill also is responsible for the building of the Great Pyramid. That is why it exists on the $1 bill. But more importantly, secret number 4 is done. Those beings created all of these things. But more than that, secret number 5, they created 3-dimensional constructs that when you fold the dollar bill in a certain configuration, they become 3-dimensional constructs with life-sized faces, or life-like faces of a bullock. Notice the lips, and notice the tongue lashing around the lips, eyes left and right, and the nostrils and everything. And those are on your dollar bills. But it also becomes a 6-winged seraphim, and the 6-winged seraphim protects the Lord God on either end of, you got it, the Ark of the Covenant. And this is the Ark of the Covenant. on the $1 bill. And I have proven this in my book, Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching my dissertations on the dollar bill. And these are just some of the secrets that I discuss in my book, Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio. And a God day to everybody, because with Mr. Obama riding on the dick of doom, you people are so screwed!